Y2J against Fandango. And this was
You
another
let
match.
the A's breathe.
Yeah.
Let it breathe,
Chris
Tony. Go on.
Jericho
Do it properly.
versus
Fandango.
Oh, I love the echo.
There
I think the
There
echo's
we go.
gone.
That's how you announce it.
All right. So we had this match, which I said before I thought was going to be a squash. I thought they were going to rip us off.
Boo!
And thank God they didn't do that. My pessimism in WWE, they proved me wrong with this. I'll say that
And
with
they
this.
won me a point.
But yeah, Fandango was the way that I described it in the review, so much more over with the crowd than I would have assumed months ago because of how, of course, we didn't have the Monday Night Raw afterward to go as a reference point either. But Fandango,
Just in general, right?
when they first had the Fandango thing, it was kind of, this kind of reminds me of the Brodus Clay situation, where when we first had Brodus Clay, we were like, oh, what the fuck, they're ruining this and all that. And then
Then it's
for
like,
some
oh,
reason,
the gimmick kind of, it's kind
yeah,
of,
it's
I can get into this.
it's so kind of ridiculous that everybody's just completely on board for it. And Fandango was really, he was like matching and sometimes surpassing the pops from Jericho.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious because it was like, you go to a Jericho match, you expect Jericho to get the cheers, whether or not he's a heel or a babyface.
People
I mean,
are into the Fandango character very much. He was gaining great heel heat in the weeks leading up to WrestleMania, like legitimate, we hate this guy. Now it's like people just love him. I guess because like a ballroom dancing gimmick. When the fuck has that ever been in wrestling before? Seriously. When have we ever had a ballroom dancer before that has to have people pronounce his name exactly like him?
Well, you know what?
I love
It
the gimmick.
reminds me of a wrestler. I can't remember his name, but he is like from the way back when, like the 1910s and the 1920s. He used to be like a ballet dancer. It went into wrestling.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, and I can't think of his name either. He jumped up a lot.
Yeah, he would do a lot of like pirouettes and jumps around like a
Yeah.
ballet dancer would, and he incorporated that into his wrestling matches. It was hilarious.
The fuck, I can't
But
think of
yes,
his
the
name.
character is it's a gimmick that it's so over the top that you have to enjoy it, and we don't really get gimmicks like this very much anymore. So I think that's why it's refreshing. That's why people are behind the character. But being a cynic, I didn't think it was going to go very far at all. And then he gets this huge push against Jericho. The fans completely embrace it, and it grew on me within like the second he had Justin Roberts pronounce it like 3 times in one show. I think that was Old School Raw.
Not you, Joshua.
And then when Justin Roberts, fun time, go, and he's like, no, you ruined it. I'm not debuting. I'm like, oh, this guy's awesome.
Ricky Starr, by the way. That's the name of the person we're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
But as for the actual in-ring quality, me and Burhan were talking about this. We think that, there's some sloppy moments. We think Curtis himself could still be a little green in some aspects of his ring work, but Jericho and him seem to work pretty well together. I think if this program continues for a little longer, we could be in for a better match at the next pay-per-view. But it was also the guy's like in-ring debut as this character at the biggest fucking pay-per-view of the year.
That's a lot of pressure to put on.
That is a huge amount of pressure, and I don't think it really affected him all that much, to be honest.
And you're not even having a match with somebody like on the pre-show or on like you're facing Justin Gabriel or something like that.
No, he was completely middle of the card, biggest pay-per-view of the year against Chris fucking Jericho.
It was the first match of the night to get pyro. Well, yes. You count okay.
And what an entrance for both of them too. I mean, I really liked it. I thought it was a good match. And it keeps me invested in the program and the character. And I think that's all I really needed to do. Was it the best match of the night? No, but it was certainly one of the highlights of the undercard.
I liked their entrances a lot. I thought that they came off really well. Jericho's especially, that was really cool in the arena. The pyro for that, because now by this point we were like, well, man, we really want like some pyro at this. Like, are they not going to do anything for anybody? I mean, we had Kane, but Kane was, just the flames, and that's pretty simple and all that. When Jericho came out, and we're standing there and we could see him with the lights on his jacket and everything like that. Like that was really cool. I really liked that a lot.
And I love Fandango's little silhouette light up thing. Like it reminds you of what Sid or the Ultimate Warrior used to use back in the mid '90s.
Yeah, it's
When
really
they're
cool. Like,
all
who
both
has that?
dancing
And he has it. He even had it. I believe he had it on Raw the next night too.
Yeah, when on Raw, they actually have it above the ring, and it looks really cool. I wish they
Yeah.
could have done that at Mania, but having it on the
Yeah.
stage looked cool too.
I
And
could just see the Armor Warrior just standing there in the Fandango pose.
or the Razor Ramon one.
Fun, dog, God.
But
So yeah, I like
what
this
I-
match. I thought it was pretty entertaining. I'm
It
really
was
thankful that it
entertaining.
wasn't
It
a
was good.
squash. And
I was glad it wasn't a squash, and both men performed. You know, for the time they were given, they performed as well as they possibly could have, and I think that needs to be commended.
and Fandango's win, that was pretty over with the crowd.
Well, and me and Braden were the two guys who actually stated that Fandango was going to win this. I think. What did you say?
Whoa! I did too.
Oh, you did.
I said
Right,
it
so
in the prediction video, but for whatever reason, I typed in Jericho when we were doing that the thing for the wrestling pool, which I don't know if it was a brain fart or I was putting down card order, but for whatever reason, I typed down Jericho's name only.
It was kind of a general consensus, apart from sort of Tony on this. It was like the reversal to the whole Triple H thing.
Yeah.
And
Because I felt he needed to win.
No, he did, and part of the reason I believe that he's so over at the moment is because of that win, and it also lengthens the feud between Jericho and Fandango. I, for one, was impressed to see the retaliation from Chris Jericho on Raw this week. So,
and who could forget that he could, even after he got his ass beat by Jericho, he still had to correct the announcer at pronouncing his name.
Yeah,
in severe pain.
Dog, go!
I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah,
and unload.
That win definitely helped to get over. You know why he's also over?
Because of his song.
Play us out, Johnny.
All right, guys. Next, we're gonna go from one musical thing here to another musical performance. Diddy's concert in the next part of Smack Talk, coming your way.